One love to the humble, one love to the humble, one love to the humble. May grace and peace be multiplied unto you. Hey, listen, we got another good video from the request from the Good Brothers Trade Day. And his question is, why do people always, like celebrate mainstream music, right? Why do they celebrate those mainstream artists? And why do they not look for underground artists? You know what I'm saying? Why do they fight tooth and nail for these mainstream artists if you say something about them? Well, I can tell you that one, it's like this. First of all, humans are evil by nature. That's just a nature. And then when you add in culture, you got a combination of, you got a powder keg ready to explode, right? Because people like negativity more than they like positivity. It's easy to get a person to do something negative than it is to do something positive. Think about it. For a person to be invited to something that's no, in the guise of having fun, people will go to something that is no benefit whatsoever. Just something's gonna cause you to lose everything. People be ready to participate in it. But if you say do something good, nobody wants to show up for it. Like I had a situation where I was trying to do something for the youth. This was many years ago. It's called Save the Youth. That was an organization that I was going to start. But when I started the organization, I had all people saying they was going to be there, I'm going to show up, all this. I organized, I set it up. Nobody showed up. But I bet you those same people was partying at the clubs, getting drunk, spending money, fighting, you know, have numerous sexual partners, doing all kind of things that's not constructive. They be ready for that. But when it comes to something positive, nobody really wants to be there unless they're gonna get something out of it. If it's about giving, they don't want anything to do with it. So that same thing goes with music. When you take a person who their favorite artist, who they've been told to like, who they really don't like, but they've been told that this person is good, and they believe it, and they ready to fight you behind that person that they don't even know exists. That person don't even know, and the artists themselves don't even know that person exists. But it's like they're under a spell. You know what I'm saying? These people get put under a spell, just like you hear about the Beehive. With Beyonce and the Beehive. Those people don't know don't know Beyonce, and Beyonce definitely don't know them. And Beyonce wouldn't send them a dime if she had to. But they'll defend that, right? She not doing anything constructive. I don't see anything constructive that she's a part of, or any of these rappers or entertainers or anything like that. But people will flock to them and defend them as if they know them because of the music they make or the things that they think these people are about. But people just gonna always go to the negative. They're never gonna be doing anything positive because positivity is no excitement in anything positive. There's no drama in it, and especially in the black culture, we love drama. We love negativity. We love talking trash. We love all of that. As long as these rappers are doing that, selling dope, um, taking people's lives, being promiscuous, being naked, dissing each other on the tracks, taking each other's life on the tracks, and actually doing it for real, then coming back and rapping about it. Those are the things that the black culture love. We love negativity. We love destruction. That's why we do it all the time. That's why all we do is destroy. We don't build anything as a group. Now you got individuals that build stuff, but as a whole, we are not known for building. We're known for destroying. We used to be known for building back before the civil rights movement, but after the civil rights movement, we don't build anything anymore. We just beg for things now. We no longer building, but we lazy. We don't like to. What somebody we don't want to do the work. We like stuff to be handed to us. And there's no one of us that's going to go search out any of this music that we should be really listening to. We're not going to search it out. Now, we used to do that. Back in the day, we used to listen to all the positive rap, but that changed. All they're giving us now is negative. But we don't like to seek out positivity. We gonna if you ain't giving it to us on a platter, then it don't exist to us, and it's not exciting to us. We don't want anything to do with it. We want the negative. If it ain't giving negativity, if it ain't somebody twerking, if it ain't somebody taking somebody's life on the track, we don't want nothing to do with it because that's lame. We think it's lame. We think it's not good enough. That's how we think. That's why we can't do any better. That's why we keep feeding the machine. We buy the music. Well, some of us are buying the music, but if we ain't buying it, we acting it out, and we love the way that make us feel inside. To hear that, it just feeds into our natural culture, which is destructive, which is degenerate. Degenerate people gonna go towards degenerate music or degenerate movies or degenerate whatever it is. They're gonna flock to it because we as a race we degenerate. People don't like to hear that. And I guess the people that don't like to hear it are not degenerate. But all you gotta do is a small Google search, and you can find out most of the information about us. But once again, we ain't gonna look for it. We don't care. If nobody ain't telling it to us, we don't believe it. And if they telling it to us, it's gotta be something that we already want to hear. If it's negative against what we want to hear, we don't want to hear it if it's negative. Meaning if it go against what we already believe. We don't want to change our thoughts. We want to continue to think the same way. That's why we continue to do the same things and continue to get the same results, and there ain't no progress. We can end the gangster rap and drill music overnight if people stop supporting it. Why we need it for? Let them have it over there. Why do we got to keep feeding into it? They tell us not to leave the hood. They tell us the hood is all this. The hood is the best place to be. That's what they rapping about. And people are like, yeah, I ain't never leave my hood. You ain't never leaving the hood. You stay in the hood your whole life. I mean, this is no diss on anybody. If you just can't make it out, you can't make it out. But for those who got a way to make it out and you don't get out, you crazy. And you listen to these rappers that's telling you stay in the hood because they ain't never leaving the hood. You think these rappers living in the hood? You must be crazy. The ones who really, really getting it, you think they living in the hood? Nah, man. We got to get up off this. And the reason why we do it is just because we're just degenerate. It starts up here in the mind. If the mind is degenerate, everything the mind seeks is going to be degeneracy. That's why we can't get away from this music. That's why we defend these people who are about degeneracy. That's why we keep defending them. Because the person who's defending it got the same illness in their mind. And they can't shake it. Until they shake it, that's the only time it's going to change. That's the only time they're going to go and look for the positive. But until then, they're going to take exactly what the record labels give them. Because that record label and putting them on TV means they're famous, means somehow they see themselves in that person that's on the TV. They see themselves in that rapper. And they want to be like that person. They figure that's the way to go get it. That's why everybody in the black community is a rapper now. It's been that way for a long time. Ever since the advancement of social media, ever since people started figuring out how to get their own equipment and record their own equipment. Before that used to be like unheard of for people to have a studio at their house because you didn't know where to go get no studio equipment from to record your own music. But then they opened the doors and the internet opened up the doors. And that's when everything started to change. When everybody wanted to create a record label. And then when Master P told his story, everybody felt like, well, I can be Master P. I can create my own label and do what he did. No, you can't. A lot of people have become successful rapping based upon that principle. I mean, not principle, but that model. They became real famous. But what kind of music did they make? And then the rappers don't make but nothing but degenerate music because they know that that's what the people want to hear. And they also know the label's not going to sign them unless they're making that type of degenerate music. But that degenerate music is affecting the black community more than anybody else. And more people outside of the black community buy this type of music than we do. But it's affecting us more than anybody else in many different ways. One of the ways it's affecting us is We look stupid to everybody else because they think that's how we are. Because the ones of us who get the most attention are the most degenerate in our community. That's why they get the most attention. And they figure, well, all of us must be that way because look at him or look at her. Because that's what it looks like. But how do you shift that? Keep talking about it, talk trash about it. But you do that at your own risk because they're gonna be ready to fight. This is their favorite artist. Like they know them like it's their family. Because that's what they, we gotta support black. Now, you're not supposed to be supporting every black person just because they're black. You're supposed to be supporting what's right and standing on the side of right. And if you're gonna stand on the side of wrong, then I don't know what to tell you. There is no hope for you. You don't have to defend something that's no good, all on the strength of being black. That's dumb. That's really, really dumb. So I'm here to tell you that's why they do it, because they're up here in their mind. It's an illness, and they can't shake it. They can't shake the illness. They love degeneracy, and black culture is garbage right now. You say, well, no, we're not garbage. Well, the people who represent the culture is garbage. So that means the culture is garbage. Until you get those people that's representing the culture out of the way, then it's going to continue to be garbage. Or I'm not saying get them out of the way, or just have more people that's on the right path speak up about it instead of sitting in the back thinking it's going to just fade away. It's not. So from now on, if you ain't one of them people, then you stop supporting that stuff and you speak out about it. You speak out about it. No more degeneracy. It's time to let it go.